Hello, we doing it? We're here. How's it going? Well. Welcome to the little stand-up showcase kind of thing I'm doing. I'm kind of not showcase, kind of workshopping some of my jokes I'm working on to maybe eventually do like a stand-up thing. And I've just been working on jokes. I put out all these videos all the time, and I figured I'd kind of compile some of my favorites from those videos that I put out and see how it goes. Let's see. So, from the top, here we go. Hey, what's going on? Has anybody checked in on the Four Non-Blondes lately? Because I'm pretty sure ever since they put out like 40 minutes of music in 1993, and only, people have only ever heard, 37 minutes of that fucking album? I don't even know if the rest of that album, hold on. Nobody has heard 37 minutes of that album. They've only heard 3 minutes of that album. And I don't know if the rest of that album even exists. It might be a myth. I haven't heard it. Have you heard it? You haven't. So I think the Four Non-Blondes are living in a bunker in like South Dakota. And I think they have the rest of the members of Silverchair and Third Eye Blind and the Crash Test Dummies. I think they got those dudes all locked down in a bunker. And I think they're building a bunch of killdozers and this and that. And I think they're just going to overtake the world. And the thing is, the Four Non-Blondes, they don't even need disguises or anything like this to try to hide amongst us. All they have to do is dye their hair, and no one will know who they are. They can't suspect them. I have a suspicion about bearded dragons. I kind of wonder, how do they even operate, man? Wouldn't they light all this up when they're spitting the fire? I don't get it. So the other day at the grocery store, I was approached by a couple of ladies, two women. They were very cute, and they started chatting me up and this and that. And I was just like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And all of a sudden they were like, "Oh, do you live in town?" And I was like, "I do, in fact, live in this town." Yeah, imagine that. And then they're like, "Do you go to church?" And I was like, "Well, not necessarily, this and that." But then, these Mormon missionaries, they were like, "Well, you should come to church with us." And I was like, oh, okay, sure. And then that is the story of How I Met Your Mothers. My favorite Spin Doctors song is the one where they say, "And if you would like a golden shower, just give me head now." Bono wrote a song back in 1986 or something. And dude, if he still hasn't found what you're looking for, you got to give it up, Bono. Come on, man. Come on, Bono. Now, listen, I promised I wasn't going to get political in this special tonight, but here it is. I got this one little political bit I have to do. Now, most people, when they try to think about their favorite president, or, you try to think, who is the best president in American history? Most people, would think of Taft, if I had to guess. First, Taft, number one in most people's mind, but not me, man. I'm with the OG, George Washington, because he is the only president to ever chop down a cherry tree and then whittle his own fucking grill out of it. Isn't that crazy? Craziness. My favorite drowning pool song is the one where they go, "I do Pilates by the shore. I do Pilates by the shore. Do Pilates by the shore. I do Pilates by the shore." You know what I mean? My least favorite Spice Girl is definitely Pumpkin. That band Better Lovers, I heard of them, Better Lovers, one of my favorite bands. They came out of the ashes of E-Tid. They have what are we doing here? Better Lovers. So I think they should start a brand of condoms where they just find the strongest, most durable latexes available in the whole world. And, they should make the ads. It should be Better Lovers use better rubbers. Come on, man. So I've been having this issue, a lot of trolls up on my YouTube channel. Maybe some of you watching now, who knows? These trolls are always coming at me. They're like, yo, look at this guy recording in his mom's basement. But I'm not in my mom's basement just because I'm in a room. I had to film this in a room. That doesn't mean I'm in my mom's basement. Like if I'm outside though, I'm definitely in my mom's backyard. And the funniest part of that whole thing is that my mom's dead. So, the other day, my kids, they wake me up, that whole army of fucking kids I have. They go, oh, daddy, wake up. We got to go to the zoo. I'm like, dude, I don't want to go to the zoo. I drank so much Zanka last night. I'm just like trying to chill today, man. It's not even my day off. I called out Zanka. You ever have one of those days? And the kids, daddy, wake up. Take us to the zoo. We want to see the elephants, the camels, and the apes. I'm like, dude, what? So I was like, all right, listen, I'll go grab my smokes. Let's get in the fucking car. So I load them up. We head to the zoo, we get there. And then like walking around, man. And also like we decided to go on Thursday, which is like kids under 12 have to pay double day. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened there. So we went in. We go in and we're fucking walking around, man. And it's basically just like a park, There's not any animals or anything walking around. The kids are crying, Daddy, where's the camels? I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know where these camels are. Daddy, where's the apes? I don't know where the apes are, man. Yo, do you remember my smokes? The kid, Daddy, where's the elephant? I'm like, forget the elephant. You forgot my smokes, didn't you? Oh, man. So then I find the zookeeper. I'm like, excuse me, zookeeper. The fuck are the animals? And the zookeeper is just like, oh, come with me, sir. We have an animal. I'm like, all right. You got an animal. An animal? Excuse me. I paid $67 times 2 for each of these little bastards. Showing me an animal. So we get over there, and all they had was this one little dog just hanging out there, man. It was a shit zoo. The other day, on the way home, actually, from the zoo, somebody smashed me in the face with a can of Sprite. I'm lucky that it was a soft drink. I've always assumed that NWA just really wasn't a fan of that shitty song Roxanne, and they just thought Sting was a douchebag, and it led to one of the biggest beefs in music history. Think about it. John, hold up. I need a sip before this one. This one gets me. John Lennon should have imagined a world in which nobody shot him. Yo, DJ Lethal, speaking of great artists, he should have just sprinkled a little baking powder into the mix, and the biscuits would have never been limp to begin with. I got a new job a few days ago. It's a big career move for me. I got I've been a chef for a really long time, and I was like, I'm sick of burning myself every day and all this and that. So I got myself a new, fresh job, and I work at the hospital now, and I assist women with broken bones. I am a broadcaster. That's the fact that dinosaurs became birds really fucks with me when I eat dino nuggets. All right, man. How are we all doing out there? Is anybody watching? Nobody's watching any of this shit. That's fine. I did it all for myself anyway. So little known factoid about the popular rock band Metallica. Their original name was Metallic, just simply Metallic. But they'd get up there, they'd shred their set. And a master. Then they'd finish up, and James would be like, "Thank you, we are Metallic." Yeah! And then they'd go away, and the next day people would be like, "Yo, did you see Metallic? Yeah, last night." They'd be like, "Fuck yeah, Metallic, yeah, it was sick." And it kind of caught on, And then, so it's the holiday season. We're smack fucking dab in the middle of it. We got, Halloween just came and went. We got Christmas coming up right over here. And we got Thanksgiving right around the corner here. One of my favorite holidays, you know what I mean? Thanksgiving's the best. But, speaking specifically Halloween and Christmas, they got, the Charlie Brown specials come out, right, man? And like, I've never been able to watch those because I'm allergic to peanuts. That is also the reason I can't listen to 311. Beat that thing. Come on. Had to throw in a 311 joke. I had to. Come on. Where's my excitable ones? All right. So I got a new book coming out. Big news, big announcement. Cheers to the new book. It's all just pickup lines. Yeah, crazy. Like we needed a book of those. But this is a freebie I'm just going to give you before the book comes out. It's and like this isn't just a man saying this to a woman. A woman can say this to a man can say it to a man. Anybody can say it to anybody in between. This is a gender neutral joke, really. Have at it, folks. Have at it, world. You know what I mean? It goes like this. It goes, yo, what's up? Are you an alarm clock? Because I totally want to smash you first thing in the morning every time when you wake me up. All right. The alarm clock joke. I did it. Speaking of getting smashed, I made a viral video once. And, it was fun making a viral video. It was cool, like a fun experience. But, not that many people saw the video. But like everyone in it had to go to the clinic and get tested and stuff like that. And so that it was viral in that sense. Oh, yeah. Having a good time out there. Doing stand-up to an empty-ass room is kind of fun. I like it. I don't need to make anyone laugh except for this motherfucker and that motherfucker right there. All right, where are we going? What joke was I on? I did did that one. No, I did that one. So I saw I met a person the other day, and they were like, "Oh, how you doing? This and that." And I was like, "Oh, I'm cool." And we struck up a conversation. And they ended up telling me that they're a cat person. And I was like, wow, I suddenly had so many questions. I was like, how many of your 9 lives have you used up? And also, like, what's it like to poop in a box? That's so exciting. Also, I got invited to the wrong high school reunion. Like, dude, do you not remember me not being there? That's weird, right? I went to middle school with a lot of these people and also like elementary school. So like we kind of all knew each other, but like I didn't go to that fucking high school, man. I thought I'd show up and maybe they could like pay me and I could start a couple fights and like tell a few jokes, and you know how they go. But I didn't go. But yeah, getting invited to the wrong reunion was pretty insulting, actually. It was more insulting than not getting invited to the reunion, I'm pretty sure. Like if the school I went to didn't invite me, I'd be like, I don't give a fuck. But then the school I never even went to was like, hey man, you want to come? I was like, I didn't even go there. You clearly were not paying attention. Have you ever noticed that there is something off about like every single bank teller? You know what I mean? Like every single one of them. They got like something a little off about them. Like the only thing they've ever made love to is like lasagna coated with spaghetti. Or they have like 57 bodies under their mom's porch. Just a little off. Just something a little fucked up about them. But like, I think if I was a detective, which, I fancy myself a detective, but I'm not. I fancy it. And there was a bunch of serial murder going down on my turf. I would definitely first interview like every male bank teller within a like 76-mile radius, because you'd probably find the guy. I'd grill him and be like, you fucking did it, didn't you? What are you doing working at a bank with a dick? You don't belong here. I don't know why. I'm not saying that working at a bank is a woman's job. That's not what I'm saying, okay? Ooh. All right. I watched the new movie. Let's get away from the politics of dicks. I watched a new movie the other day. It's the new Leonardo DiCaprio movie, and it was about this boat. It's called the Titanic, right? It was a crazy movie. I don't know if you've heard of this one. They go out, a bunch of rich people on this big ass boat, a bunch of some poor folks too, all up on there dancing and shit. They do some jigs, and they go out and they're out on the open seas, and all of a sudden there's an iceberg right ahead. They smash into it. They end up falling in the water, this and that. It's chaos, catastrophe. The boat splits in half. And the whole time I was watching it, all I could think was like, Man, imagine if this shit went down in real life. That'd be wild. My favorite Jewel song, I love Jewel, but my favorite one is the one where she goes, "Who will shave your hole?" Love that one. Love it. So midwives, shout out to the midwives. Love you, need you, important people with a wild fucking job. I'm not trying to do that job ever. I couldn't be a mid groom. That wouldn't happen. But no disrespect to the midwives, but the word midwifery, it's a fucking weird word, right? It's like midwifery. Like, I feel like that's, first of all, the only way you can say it is midwifery. And then, but it also sounds like you're in like the midst of sniffing a skanky fart. Like, the stench struck me mid-whiff. It was the midwifery of the whole ordeal that really made me vomit. So they make a bunch of movies, right? You ever notice? There's always movies coming out. But they're always making these movies. Nobody really cares. They remake a different, not remake, but they try to give us a different Joker every like 3 weeks and all this and that. We got like fucking, what did they give it? The Fast and the Furious every 7 months. We got a new one of those coming out with Vin Diesel and this and that. But the movie people really want to see is Clifford versus Alien. Come on, man. I have a feeling that Clifford would fuck him up. I know that big red bastard has a mean streak in him. I know it. I know this for a fact. Some people say the earth is flat. Some say it's round. I say perhaps it is both. Maybe it's a pancake. And we're just floating around space on a fucking cake, man. Pancake, man. And when it rains, it's like God's syrup. You can interpret that as you will. And when it snows, it's just the tasty powdered sugar. So, life is a pancake house. And we're just all along for the ride, man. Oh, why does the leprechaun hate Neil Young? 'Cause he's always searching for his pot of gold. And first of all, Neil is old as fuck these days. He needs to change his name to Neil Old. Come on. We all know this. I want to tell a story real quick. I got stories. Listen, so I'm over here workshopping. I don't know how long I've been doing this thing. I don't know if anybody's watching. This is basically how I feel about every moment in my life, whether there's cameras on or not. I don't know. I'm pooping. I'm like, how long have I been in here? And how many people are watching? It's wild being me. It's wild. But so I got a story about Joke Juice. I think my dad might be watching, and I hope you are, because I love your dad. I had a great time going to Mickey D's with you today. God damn, with the little kid. First of all, I had a parent-teacher conference with my kid today, and it turns out she's like one of the smartest kids in the country. So like that milkman must have been packing some brains, because damn. But anyway, Dad. So one time I went to this one of my first experiences with with stand-up comedy. You know what I mean? And I went to the Comedy Connection in I don't know what town that was in. Maybe Cranston? Yeah, I think it was Cranston, Rhode Island, we'll say. I went to the Comedy Connection, and we saw a couple of comedians, my dad and I. And I don't even know who these comedians were, because I was lit AF. My dad wasn't, for the record. So we went and we were hanging out at the bar, and the comedian was on, and he was like a road dog kind of comedian. He'd been around a lot, and he was up on stage, and he's been in and out of this particular club a lot. They were familiar with the guy. He was familiar with the staff. So he's doing his set, and he was funny. He was funny as hell. And he starts saying, so they always make me this drink whenever I come to Cranston. They call it the Joke Juice. It's like Kool-Aid mixed with 77 different fucking liquors. And he's drinking it. He says, they tell me it makes me funnier, And our seats, we were sitting right at the bar in this place. And so you know, he goes, yeah, if you're sitting out there, order one up, order the joke juice. So I just spin my stool around and see the bartender. I'm like, yo, joke juice, stat. And so she hits me with the joke juice and I drink this thing. It was fucking not very good, but good enough. You know how those sugary cocktails can be, right? Then the homie's doing his set and he calls out a little, you know, 3 minutes later. He's like, hey, anyone out there order the joke juice? And I'm like, yeah, joke juice. He's like, yo, how is it? And I yell, it's fucking delicious. He's like, oh, that's great, great, great. Then he goes, you know, finishes up the set, and then we go to leave the club, and my dad had to go rock a leak, and I was like, I'll meet you outside. And I just go out, and I just lean up against this fucking old Ford Explorer, and I was like, just projectile vomit all over the place. Probably got all over my fucking shoes, which I would have been pissed about if I was sober enough to notice. But you're not usually puking on your shoes when you're sober enough to care, right? So, you know, the whole thing with the joke juice turned out, the joke was on me the whole time. You know what I mean? Come on. That was just a fun little story from my past, my first experience. But all right, so I'm down to my last couple of jokes here. So that, you know, the other day I ran into a dog person. I was talking to this person. I'm a dog person. I was like, is that why you were sniffing my asshole right now? My favorite Phil Collins song is the one where he says, I kind of feel like coming in your head tonight. Oh, Lord. All right. Yo, hold up. I got a text. I got to check this text. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. There's been a robbery. Oh, man, there's been a robbery down at the cheese factory. What does it say? The suspects are wanted, cheddar alive. Wow. Sounds intense. All right, man. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for anybody who tuned in. Again, this was just a fun little, like, I'm just trying to work out some jokes. I might go do some stand-up. Maybe you could warn me against it if you watch. You're like, dude, don't. So I'll listen to you. If you tell me not to, I won't. But all right, thank you for all checking it out. So like, it was really hot today, wasn't it? It was like what do they call it? Unseasonably, right? Unseasonably hot. It was fucking funny. So I got a good stink going here. I gotta go shower up and get to bed. But you know, I got to take the shower because I really wish I could draw myself a bath. But I do not have the artistic ability. All right, that's the set. That's the jokes, baby. Thank you all for hanging out if you did. I don't know. I'm going to repost the live thing later. So, like, if you didn't watch live, you can fucking watch it again, dude. Or watch it, you know, whatever. But if you did watch live, thank you for doing that. That's really cool. It means a lot to me. I love you all. You know, my pursuit to comedy it's been a long road. And this is one of the first times I ever felt comfortable just, like, rattling off a shitload of jokes. So, you know, figured with this day and age with the technology, I could take advantage of that, kind of workshop some jokes, just kind of to get used to saying them out loud and stuff like that. So thank you if you tuned in, this and that. And you know what I want to say is nothing. I got nothing to say. You know, some things suck for some people right now. Some things are all right for some people right now. We'll all figure it out. We're all here for each other, right? But I'll be here to try to make you fuckers laugh for the next 4, 7, 12, 90 I'm not going to live that long. But the videos will probably be online long after I'm dead. So if you fuckers are still alive then, check them out. I don't know, but whatever. But I will do my best to keep the smiles coming, keep shit, you know, to keep it light out here. I know it's heavy times. And I know this is no time for jokes. A lot of people might have been like, I'm not watching this dickhead's little special tonight. This is not like a time for jokes, but in my experience, the time might not be for jokes is the time you need to joke the most. So that's why I thought I'd come on and just try to rattle off some shit and have a good time with it. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you all. I hope you have a wonderful night. Get home safe. Fuck, if you're not home, what the fuck are you doing? All right, now I got to awkwardly like lean in and turn this all off. So okay. Yo, so why did the bunny kill himself? Because of end live stream. Thank you.